Hey there, this is David Harris from the 2017 NSCA Coaches Conference. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Toby Jacobi, who's one of our growing list of SBN expert contributors, actually. You can go to strengthperformancedaily.com and apply to become an expert contributor yourself. Toby, really enjoyed the first article that you posted about some of the differences between college and high school level strength and conditioning. We had an opportunity to catch up beforehand. I'd love to start by just letting you have an opportunity to talk a little bit about your background. And then really what took you from making a conscious decision to coach at the college level to transition to really focus on the high school level?
Well, honestly, I spent 15 years at the college level. I loved it, had a blast. I started my career as a graduate assistant at Cumberland University where I played at. Then I went to North Carolina, Elon, Western Carolina, Kent State, Charleston Southern. My last job was at East Carolina. And, it was great. I had a blast, worked with a lot of great kids, a lot of great coaches, learned a ton, had opportunities to grow. But like we kind of talked about earlier, life changes. And my goals changed significantly from when I started to my time in East Carolina. And honestly, at the time at ECU, my oldest daughter was struggling academically in school. And so, I kind of had to do an inventory of what I wanted to do with my life and what's important. And so I said, you know what? My kids are the most important thing to me. I love what I do, but God gave me two daughters. He didn't give me no more, so I better take care of them. So I really kind of had to take a step back, and when the opportunity presented itself to go to a high school, it's a very small private Christian school on the south side of Atlanta, Strong Rock Christian. When it presented itself, I said, you know what? Why not? Let's see. It worked out great. I can't complain financially. I've been very lucky. My kids are in a great situation. It's actually perfect where I live literally 15 minutes between my mother-in-law and my dad. So it's back where I'm from. It's in an area I'm very familiar with. But two, the opportunity to utilize my 15 years at the college level to see, I saw the result of what all high school coaches did or didn't do, or what the opportunity the kids had, and so now I can hopefully impact kids on the front end for somebody else.
So talk a little about, I guess, the biggest differences that you see between coaching college level athletes and high school level athletes, not just physically, but more the ability to kind of affect them in terms of what they bring with them from a life skills standpoint.
Usually when you get a college kid, for the most part, they are who they are. By the time they're 18 years old, you're going to be who you are. At the high school level, they're still molding, shaping, trying to figure out who they're going to be in their lives. And so being able to affect them where I'm at is awesome. When I had a great time with a lot of the college kids that I work with, I have a great relationship with them. I still do workouts for kids 15 years late. But the impact at high school level, I think, from a developmental standpoint, those kids is second to none. It's been something that I truly enjoy as far as being able to impact those kids' lives. Some of the unique challenges and differences. Time is definitely a big one as far as during a training session, figuring it out. All my classes, a lot of my strength training happens during the day in school. So being able to navigate travel from class, changing their clothes, lifting weights, go back change, go to next class. We're at a high academic institution. You're not going to be late for English class or math class or science class because of the weight. That's been made very clear to me. So, I got it, and I understand. I know where we fit in. So, we just have to be, my old boss used to say, masters of charismatic rapport, but we have to be masters of time, because that's probably one of the biggest differences. In college, you get an hour and 15 to lift. You got, you get your 8 hours a week, whatever. I probably get about 3. So it's a unique challenge what I'm dealing with, but it's been awesome to learn, and it's something I'm still working through, trying to figure out the best way to do our program.
So I know you're a certified strength and conditioning specialist, certified in a number of other areas as well. We're sitting here in our team builder booth. There's a partner of Strength Performance, and they really focus a lot on the high school level in terms of really empowering strength coaches to become better at what they do. Are you seeing the level of professionalism that is typically is exhibited, the strength coach level at professional and college level, filter down into the high school level? I mean, it's more coaches such as yourselves who are really well certified and well experienced moving to the high school level. I've got to believe that that's, well, I'm more interested in understanding if that's a trend that you're noticing or if you're more of an outlier.
Hopefully it is. It's funny, I'll be honest, I probably had 4 or 5 college coaches in the last 2 months reach out to me. Tell me about high school. Tell me about high school. Send me emails or text messages or something like that. Yeah, exactly. A lot of times it's more for the reason of family and stability. Honestly, there's no secret there. The college level is very volatile when it comes to strength and conditioning, because typically you're tied to football, and football coach goes, who's next? High school, not so much, because you're paid first and foremost as a teacher. So you get a little more stability with that. As far as the level of professionalism, I haven't been doing this as long as some of the others, but I mean, when you talk about Gary Schofield, Fred Eves, and Kevin Vanderbush, Michael Kurtz, and this is no disrespect to anybody and my friends, so I apologize out there, but I've found and come across high school strength coaches that could coach circles around tons of college guys. So I don't want to say the level of professionalism is improving. I think it's becoming more evident of the unbelievable quality that already exists. And I think that there's now a growing passion, and more and more people are seeing it. And I think that's what I've seen. I think, again, like we kind of talked about a little earlier, such a litigious society, you have to be very careful in the weight room. And, every year when we give our orientation to our kids, I tell them, somewhere at some point in time on this earth, somebody has died doing every single thing we do in there. At some point in time, somewhere, somebody, so there is an inherent danger with everything that's done in our weight, from the jumping jacks as a warm-up to when we finish or whatever we're doing. Somebody's had something, catastrophically happen. So with that, understanding, it's very important, I think, that you have qualified, certified individuals in those positions, because God forbid something happens.
So, the science of strength and conditioning, leveraging new technologies like what Team Builder does, we see that filtering in more and more in the college level, professional level, definitely, and the expectation of the student athlete, the professional athletes, that their programs start to incorporate that. Are you seeing those same expectations at the high school level in terms of the athletes themselves? Now that that's becoming more mainstream, the idea of sports science and incorporating that, or is it still relatively new at high school?
I would say it's still relatively new. I think a lot of it depends on, the educational mouthpiece the strength coach can be, and then B, how your coaches are willing to respond. Because again, right, wrong, or indifferent, you still got a lot of old school football coaches who, all right, we're going to bench, squat, clean, that's it. So there is that. I've talked to plenty of guys who deal with that on a daily basis. But I will say, with technology being such a buzzword in education in general, it's something that really is starting to make a little bit more of a move. Plus, too, you got everything's on the internet. Everybody sees what Florida State did with the GPS stuff. What everybody what Elite Form does, and so everybody sees that. It's not just strength coach coming to the conference and saying it; it's everybody sees it. So you're going to get a little bit of that. I think from a technology standpoint, you have to find what works for you. what works in your situation. The hard part about a lot of the technology stuff, like team builder's good because they're trying to streamline stuff. But I think where you run into issues with technology is, too much information, or it's too much to get that information. Perfect example is, for I know a lot of the GPS systems or a lot of the other stuff, you have to have a person that just runs that. Yeah. Well, at a high school level, you don't have stats. So you've got to really find what works for you, best for you, what streamlines things for you, and how it fits in with what you do.
So one more question for you, and then we'll wrap up. For coaches that want to get involved in strength and conditioning, really start a career in strength and conditioning, at the college level, you have unpaid internship opportunities. Hopefully, you get a paid internship opportunity. If you're a strength coach and you want to start at the high school level, and you're just starting out your career, maybe you don't have an in with a college somewhere, how do you go about getting involved possibly at the high school level to start your career there? Do those types of opportunities exist?
There actually are. I have an internship program. I'm still cultivating and working that. I know some other friends of mine at the high school level have internship programs. Be honest with you, I spoke at the NSCA Georgia State Clinic in November, and I received probably about 5 or 6 emails from kids who attended. I say kids, they're students in college that have to have internships to graduate. That's the one thing that's great with a lot of the education, strength and conditioning at the college level, is you have to have an internship to graduate. Well, guess what? Everybody's going to apply at Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, but not everybody's going to get those. Those kids still need internships to graduate. So there are those opportunities. I've probably got I plan to have about 2 or 3 interns for me during the summer, which is really the time that I need my interns. But there are those opportunities, and I think that's where you have to start. I had a guy who's a personal trainer who wants to learn, so said, if you want to intern, you can. We'll figure out hours. So I've got a guy who's probably going to end up doing that and interning that way. So that's really the direction you go. Really is about the same. Just obviously for most people don't have GAs at the high school level, but there are part-time positions. One thing about the high school level is you'll have a lot of stipends, so it may be not very much money, but you can a lot of times get a little bit as far as a little bit of salary for paid high school.
Well, we really appreciate your time, and thank you again for your partnership with Strength Performance. Look forward to having an opportunity to spread the word through some of the new articles that you write down the road. It's a pleasure meeting you in person as well. So thanks again.